Hello, welcome back to my kitchen. Today we're going to be making some hot chocolate cinnamon rolls with a marshmallow frosting on top. And I'm just taking the temperature of my milk here. I have 1 cup of milk. We want our milk to be a good temperature for our yeast to bloom in, so I'm going for 110 degrees here, around about. Achieve that. So I'm going to add to my milk before it cools down 2 1/4 teaspoons of yeast. Give that a mix to get that activated. I like to keep my yeast in the freezer so it stays fresh. Alright, and to this we are also going to add 105 grams of white sugar. Which is also a 1/2 cup if you don't have a scale. Just added that to our yeast and milk mixture. We're going to give that a stir. And I'm going to let this proof for about 10 minutes. In time, while I have my yeast here proofing, I'm going to put it right there. I need some flour, so I need around 3 cups of flour, or 500 grams. I'm going to measure it out in grams today. Looks like we're going to need to refill our flour jug today. There we go, we have 500 grams on the dot. And to that, you'll need to add 1 egg yolk and 1 egg. I just have these small eggs right now for my chickens, so I'm just going to add both in because the extra egg yolk will make up for the lack of size in this one. Egg white. I think I said egg yolk. I meant egg white. Gonna bring over our stand mixer now with our dough hook attachment. gonna weigh out our butter here. We need half a cup of butter for 105 grams. Our yeast is nice and proofed now. It's looking good, so we're gonna add this into here. Add our milk, sugar, yeast mixture in with our flour and egg mixture. And we're gonna mix this until it comes to a rough dough ball, and then we're gonna knead it for 1 minute. Then we will slowly add 1 tablespoon of butter at a time into our dough, letting it knead between each addition, and then we're going to knead it for about 5 to 6 minutes after. My mixer has been going for 8 minutes now. The recipe said 5 to 10 minutes, so I went with 8. The dough should be super soft, which it is, very soft. So unplug my mixer, put this away, it's out of the way. Probably the softest dough I've ever worked with. Alright, so we're going to want to put this in a well-oiled bowl. So what I'm going to do here is just plop it on my clean countertop for a minute. Then I'm going to oil this bowl and put it right back in there. Did not put any flour on my countertop because I don't want to add any more, so it might get a little bit of stickage. It'll be okay. I prefer avocado oil. All I have is vegetable oil right now, so that's what we're going to work with. That'll be just fine. Use what you have. The only oil I probably wouldn't use would be like I'm not going to use this paper towel. Probably wouldn't use olive oil because I wouldn't want the flavor of that. It's too strong to be in our cinnamon rolls. I just a neutral oil. Neutral flavored oil. Did have some stickage side to the countertop, but it's okay. This is so soft, it's nice to just feel it. It's nice and warm too from being kneaded. I'm gonna roll this around in our oil, make sure it's all coated, and we're gonna cover this. You can use plastic wrap if you want. I don't have any. I'm gonna use a towel. I prefer to use a towel anyways. It's easier to just throw over. We're gonna let this rise for 60 minutes in a warm area. My house is warm enough. It'll be fine. I'm gonna go feed the chickens, get some housework done, and I'll see you in 60 minutes. Taking my scale back out, and in my bowl here, I'm going to add I'm going to add 130 grams of semi-sweet chocolate, and we're going to melt this. These are just mini chocolate chips I'm using. Melt these up. Just melting those in a microwave safe bowl in my microwave and 30-second intervals. My spatula here just has a little bit of butter on it, but we're going to be adding butter to this, so that's okay. Meantime, we're going to get our cocoa powder out here. We're going to want 3 tablespoons or 30 grams. Actually seems like quite a bit more than 3 tablespoons, so glad I'm using the grams. We're going to want half a cup or 120 grams of butter. Have a little bit left over from before. Just perfect, 122 grams, I'm going to leave it at that. And our chocolate is melted perfectly, so I'm going to add these in. Now I'm going to add our cocoa powder. Just going to mix this in until it's well combined. This is going to be our filling for our hot cocoa cinnamon rolls. They don't actually have any cinnamon in them, so I don't know if I should call them cinnamon rolls, but chocolate rolls maybe. I'll call that good for now because we're going to mix that up again. Now I'm going to use my scale again. We're going to add 50 grams of confectioner's sugar. Or 1/3 cup, if you're not using grams. Gonna add that right in. And after we mix this in, that is all the ingredients that we need for our filling. So we're gonna go get our dough that has already proofed. It's already doubled in size. We're going to roll that out. Into a rectangle shape. I'm going to set that aside. our countertop. Maybe a little too much. Setting the extra aside, and we'll use that to flour our fingers and our rolling pin as we go. Now I'm going to roll these up today, get them in the pan and everything, but I do not want to cook them today. I want to cook them for breakfast tomorrow morning. This is not a recipe I want to be doing as soon as I wake up in the morning, so that is why I did the bulk of the prep work today, so we can have some nice cinnamon rolls in the morning. Alright, so we want the long side near us. Flour out my rolling pin. This recipe is very similar to the cinnamon raisin bread that we just made, in a sense, with like rolling it out like this and putting in the filling. No, what made me want to look up this recipe was my husband brought home, you know, those little Pillsbury things of pre-made cinnamon rolls. Well, he found one that was hot cocoa and marshmallow. It was like a hot cocoa flavored cinnamon roll and a marshmallow icing. And we tried those and they were so good, so I was like, I gotta try to make that from scratch. Because I feel like they'd have to come out so much better, you know, homemade. So I wanted to show you guys and tell you guys about them. Alright, as close as we're gonna get to a rectangle. Take my icing here, or my filling, not my icing, my filling. I will link this recipe in the description for you guys if you want to try this. And I'm also going to show you what they look like when they're done, even though I'm not going to bake them until tomorrow morning. I will start up the camera in the morning and show you how I finish off the icing, because I'm also going to do that in the morning so it's nice and fresh. You could probably do that today and just store it in the fridge. I'm just going to wait. So I'll show you how to make the frosting in the morning, and I'll show you how these bake up. Alright, I came out as far as I could to the edge here. Now we're going to roll these up. For my cinnamon raisin bread recipe, I learned that it is much easier to roll these if you put some flour on your fingers. Looks like this one might just be easier to roll in general too. The dough is softer, so it's going very smoothly. Now I'm aware that some of these are not going to be the perfect cinnamon rolls because I did not roll mine out evenly. Alright, I'm going to try my best here to get 12 even slices. What I've seen people do here to get a smoother cut is use like unflavored floss you can use. I only have the mint one, so I'm not going to use that. Or you can use like a piece of like sewing string, which I actually do have, and I could use that, but I didn't think about it until now. These are going to be just fun. I'm going to get my pan out, and we're going to grease it up and put these in. You would do, if you're baking these right now, you would put them in the pan, and then you're going to let them rise again. I'm going to skip that until tomorrow morning, so I'll show you us doing that in the morning. I have my pan here all greased up. Get the ones that don't look as pretty, and well, that one's going in first. Trying to put them close together, but not too close together, so they have some room to bake up. That's what we got for now. I'm going to cover these up, put them in the fridge until tomorrow morning. I'll be right back with you. Alright, my cinnamon rolls have proofed. I'm going to get them ready for the oven now. I'm just going to add a 1/4 cup of warm milk, or not milk, heavy cream. We're going to pop this in the oven at 325 degrees Fahrenheit or 170 degrees Celsius. We're going to bake this for 15 to 20 minutes. Now we're going to get going on our marshmallow frosting. We need 1/2 cup of cream cheese, which should be 4 ounces. It should be half the pack. Seven tablespoons of softened butter. Now I need 15 marshmallows. And I'm just using my heavy cream measuring cup we used earlier. And we're going to put this in the microwave and melt it in 10-second intervals. Okay, I have my stand mixer here. I'm going to put my mixer bowl in, and we are going to beat this until light and fluffy. And this is just the softened butter and softened cream cheese. our marshmallow after. Our butter cream cheese mixture is light and fluffy. Now we're going to add our melted marshmallows. We're going to beat this together until well combined and smooth. That is done and looking delicious. Take it off so you can see. Looking good, and we're going to put these on top of our cinnamon buns when they're out of the oven. Mine took closer to 30 minutes, but I believe they're done now. You hear some sizzling. I have some sausage cooking on the stove. Those look so good. Alright, everything is done. Our sausage is done. Cinnamon rolls are done. I'm gonna put some of our cream on top. And this is what they're looking like right now. I have some extra cream in the bowl that everybody can top on theirs when it's on their plate. Alright, look at that. That looks so good. It's got some nice layers in there, fully cooked through. Let's give it a taste test. These are so fluffy and delicious. I'm going to sit down with my family and eat this yummy breakfast. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up to help boost my channel, and I hope you have a blessed day. This is what I'm setting my husband to work with for him and his workers to eat while they're out plowing. Just as a snack. He already ate some here for breakfast. I just got him this cool little lunch box. Today's our first time testing it out. Got it off Amazon. I'm sure I could put the link if anybody wants it. And it has these little things inside of it. I'm not sponsored, I was just telling you that it's cool. And then you just plug it into the truck. So he's gonna heat those up. He'll have some nice warm cinnamon rolls.